Okay. We missed his court date on September 24th. Thanks, officer. All right. So what does that mean, Mr. Goodman? Is he released on that to somebody? Is he reporting to someone?
Yes, he entered a plea agreement today. He's on felony probation and he was ordered released from custody. The felony matter, it's my understanding he should be going to, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, sir, Via Maria.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, then in that case, I will release you.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Mr. Goodman, for telling me that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Well, you got to come back because you got a ton of cases here. Okay. And
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me, Your Honor.
your court date here in city court is going to be November 13th at 2:30.
Yes, ma'am. And I have another one. Go ahead.
I'm going to appoint the public defender, even though you're released, because you're on, because they might be able to find you if you're, in, where are you going?
Via Maria.
Via Maria, Judge.
Yeah.
Via Maria, excuse me.
Okay.
Is what I told the court when I was in court earlier, is where he was intending to go.
All right, so I'm going to appoint the public defender on the city court cases so they can find you in Via Maria, but you need to give them a call, okay? When you get out.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. My attorney gave me his number. His name's Luke.
Okay.
I have it written down on my paperwork right here.
Okay. All right. Then come back to court November 13th, okay? If you can get out of
Yes,
there.
ma'am.
All right.
And I have another one on the 5th as well, but I will.
Okay. I think
All right,
I think
you.
we're vacating the 5th and we're putting everything on the 13th. So that's okay for city court. So, okay.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
You too. Have a good one.
And Your Honor, Daniel Gerard refused tonight.
Is he Daniel who?
Melody Nathaniel, number 1 in the house.
Okay. All right. I can handle that. We'll reset him.
Your Honor, we're still waiting for Duran Gabriel, but for now we have Peraza.
Okay. So now you have Peralta, is that what you told me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you are Mr. Peralta Cuevas?
Yes, Your Honor.
And where'd the public defender go? Is she there somewhere?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are charged with unlawful flight from a pursuing law enforcement vehicle. This one happened on the 24th. So my understanding is Mr. Peralta already has some holds. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. For the same kind of incident. So the state's asking for a $10,000 bond. Counsel, did you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. He has no prior felony convictions. He's lived in Tucson for 6 years and has ties to the community. He's already being held on a $10,000 bond that he's unable to post. And asked that the court set the bond in this matter at $2,500.
Okay. I will split the baby and set it for $5,000, and I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Peralta. And no alcohol or illegal drugs, don't drive without a valid license, release to pretrial services if the bond is posted. And the next court date will be November 4th at 1:30 for a preliminary hearing. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Got too ahead of myself. Did you change them? Thank you. Oh, that's from this morning. That's Mark's message from this morning. Okay, never mind.
Charles is there.
Maybe a second. We shut that chat down. I figured out it's from this morning. Oh, oops. I know. I just looked at it. I was like, oh, that's from 10 o'clock. Yeah. Thank you. What's your name?
Gabriel Robert Duran.
All right, Mr. Duran. Yeah. You are charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug, possession of narcotic drug for sale, possession of a firearm during a drug offense, and possession of a firearm being a prohibited possessor. And the state is asking for $25,000 in lieu of no bond. Counsel, do you agree to that one?
Yes, Your Honor, given the overall circumstances, I think the request is reasonable.
Okay. Then, Mr. Duran, I will hold you on a $25,000 bond. Appoint the public defender to represent you. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms. Pretrial services if posted November 4th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing. And that is it, sir.
Oh, thank you. And this is a new charge or is this the same?
Yeah. 25,000. Yeah.
Okay, yes, I just want to set motion. Any advice on fraud, oh, no.
What's your name?
Robert Talbot.
All right, Mr. Talbot, you got failures to appear on a drug paraphernalia charge out of Marana. I'm going to release you on that one. And your next court date will be November 20th at 10 o'clock. You need to show up in Marana or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Then you have several failures to appear on criminal trespass, drug paraphernalia, and indecent exposure out of city court. So I'm gonna hold you on a $250 bond on that, order you not to go back to any of the incident locations and give you a city public defender. Your next court date will be November 5th at 1:45.
All right.
Okay, that's it.
Where am I going?
Down there.
Place to be a little level.
Calderon?
What's your name?
Carlos Calderon.
Charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct, and you got a possession of drug paraphernalia charge also. I am going to order you not to commit any acts of domestic violence, not to consume or possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. And you need to come back to city court on November 26th at 1:30 or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then you're released with those conditions.
Hunter.
What's your name?
Nicholas Sanchez.
All right, you got new charges of violation of a court order, domestic violence, 2 counts. So I'm gonna order you not to have any contact with Cindy Lucero, not to return to her residence. I'm gonna appoint the public defender to represent you, commit no acts of domestic violence, and hold you in a $500 bond, and your next court date will be November 5th at 1:45. And that's it, sir.
Solano.
Miss Solano, you've got new charges of domestic violence threats and domestic violence disorderly conduct. And I had you set for an order to show cause because you weren't in touch with Miss Lyon or your attorney. So I am going to hold you on a $1,500 bond, appoint the public defender. No contact with your father, no return to his residence, and consolidate all these other cases for November 6th at 1:30 is your next court date. Okay?
Real.
What's your name?
Henry Trujillo.
All right, Mr. Trujillo. Where is that money coming from? Okay, it looks like you owe 90 and 25. What's that?
15.
115, yeah. In restitution, I thought that you owed $1,000, so I was gonna hold you. But I am going to set a review date. I'm gonna release you, but I'm gonna set a review date for November 13th at 2:30. And you need to come to court that date because if you come and make just a $10 payment if you can, and then Judge Cranshaw will reset you up on payments. Otherwise, you're gonna keep getting warrants, okay?
Okay, I will do that.
All right, so November 13th at 2:30, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Where. I don't know, but that's what's in the computer. Because the restitution only shows a little. Restitution isn't that much. Yeah, so that's all he should have done. You know what I mean? What I would care about. Right. So. I was just trying to give you. What information I. The public defender back?
Yes, Your Honor, right here.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Oh, Lucy, the other one?
Okay, you're charged with third-degree burglary, possession of burglary tools, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And counsel, the state is asking for a $10,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, he's a lifelong resident of Tucson with ties to the community. He does have one prior felony conviction, but not multiple. I'd ask that the court set the bond at $3,000.
Okay. All right, I will appoint the public, no, I will appoint the legal defender to represent Mr. Hidalgo. I will order him not to go back to the incident location. No alcohol or illegal drugs. I will hold him on a $3,000 bond, released to pretrial services if posted. And the arraignment date, I'm sorry, the preliminary hearing date will be November 4th at 1:30. I'm also gonna hold Mr. Hidalgo on a bunch of city court cases since he's in there anyway. You've got multiple failures to appear on drug paraphernalia, reckless burning, criminal damage, resisting arrest, false reporting, more criminal trespass, prescription drug paraphernalia. So I'm gonna hold you on a $500 bond on those, sir, and give you a city public defender, and your next court date on those will be November 5th at 1:45. So your public defender will be out to talk to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, we can please waive reading of the next charge,
Okay.
next case.
All right, are you Mr. Salcido?
Yes.
Okay. And the state is asking for a $150,000 bond in this case. Did you want to be heard, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, he's a lifelong resident of Tucson and has ties to the community. He currently has housing with his wife and there are no minors there. He's also currently working full-time and has been in that job for several years. I'd ask that the court set the bond at $50,000.
Okay. Mr. Goodman, you want to be heard beyond what you've put in your request?
I would just note, I believe it's not relevant whether or not certain individuals are in his home, given that he's going out there seeking them, offering compensation.
Okay. Well, I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Salcido, order him not to have any contact with minors, including on the internet. No alcohol or illegal drugs, $50,000 bond, pretrial services if posted, and I will set the preliminary hearing for November 4th at 1:30. Because I will note that the pretrial services shows him as a low risk for failure to appear. So I will consider that as part of my decision in setting the $50,000 bond. So. Or wait, I take that back. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong person. Give me a sec. No, yeah, they were. They gave him a level 1 as a risk for failure to appear. And I think that these conditions plus the $50,000 bond will be adequate to ensure the defendant not to cause any further. Okay, that's what I will do.
Nothing in there showing anything. There's one.
Yeah, 50.
Up the stairs?
Now we got some other instruction that like if we're letting them out, we can set off the smart card. Is that right, you guys? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, Your Honor. So I'm the supervisor of the STEPS program, and if they're released with a smart date, typically the prelim gets set out 45 days. If they're held, standard 10-day PH with a smart date.
Okay, so, all right, so what's your name, sir?
Christopher Campos.
All right, you're charged with possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, and the state is offering you a diversion type program. So are you interested in that?
I don't know what it is.
Well, you gotta do treatment and stuff and come to court and then you might get a better deal, basically.
Okay.
So,
Of course.
so I'm gonna appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm gonna order you not to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm gonna release you to pretrial services. The SMART hearing is the hearing about that program, so you need to come to that November 4th at 9 a.m. and then a 45-day preliminary hearing. December 9th. And then counsel, you agree to waive the preliminary hearing out till December 9th, that 45 days?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we will set the SMART hearing November 4th, 9 o'clock, the preliminary hearing December 9th at 1:30. You need to check in with pretrial services and your lawyer and make sure you come to that SMART hearing. Okay, sir?
Okay. So I have one question.
Let's
Um,
ask your public defender probably.
Okay.
So mute you and you can ask. You shred now.
um,
So,
What's your name, ma'am?
Justine Coastal?
All right, you're charged with possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, and you are eligible for that diversion type program, for a SMART hearing. Are you interested in doing that?
Definitely interested.
All right. So I will appoint the public defender to represent you, or release you to pretrial services, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Come to the SMART hearing on November 4th at 9 o'clock. And then counsel you willing to waive the preliminary hearing out until December 9th.
Yes.
So December 9th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing. So you need to check in with your lawyer, pretrial services, and come to the SMART hearing November 4th, ma'am, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate it. Here's your.
comments.
All right, wait, sorry, I keep hitting on the wrong person. Pretrial. All right, what's your name, sir?
Thomas Meixner.
You're charged with felony criminal damage and felony endangerment. All right, I would not be inclined, Mr. Goodman, to release him, but I guess his DUIs are old, so I will go with the state's recommendation. Which is appoint the legal defender to represent you. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Don't drive without a valid license. Release you to pretrial services. And come to court for your preliminary hearing on November 14th at 1:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Certainly.
All right. then you're released to pretrial. Make sure you contact them.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. Have a good weekend.
Your Honor, have a good night.